Hey, what's up, y'all? Xavier Victor here, and welcome back to another episode of the Sneaker Resellers Podcast, the podcast for resellers run by a reseller. This week, we got a ton to talk about, so let's get straight into it. Let's talk about what I'm going to be going over first. And don't forget to hit that subscribe, hit that follow, wherever you are listening to this too. We're going to be talking about the Dunk Low UCLA, the cause North Face drops a little bit, the Dunk Low North Carolina A&T, the Pleasures Crocs, just because I really like the shoe, to be honest. So I want to talk about it a little bit. Dunk High Somos Familia, pretty cool. Dunk Low Halloween, Jordan 1 Starfish, the Nike SB Dunk Neck Face collaboration. That one's pretty cool. The Salehi Bembury Croc Kawada. And then most anticipated drop, probably the past couple months, the Jordan 4 Midnight Navy. People have been asking me to talk about this shoe for a while. I haven't wanted to, but we'll get into everything. So with that said, let's get straight into it. The first shoe I want to talk about is the Dunk Low UCLA. Pretty dope looking shoe. If you guys don't know, I'm also a director at a nonprofit. One of the schools, the main school that I actually recruit at, is UCLA. It's got these blue and yellow colorways. So, who knows? Maybe I'll buy this shoe for one of the folks that I manage that recruit there. I think it's a really, really dope shoe. But thing is, when it comes to resell, for some reason, it's not reselling too well. If you're going to go for resell, 100% stay away from average sizes. The shoe is 110. Currently, average sizes are like 120, 125 plus. So it is going to be coming down some more. I would stick bigger sizes or smaller sizes. Ideally, I think this is more of a smaller shoe, smaller kind of sizes type shoe, to be honest. But I feel like a lot of folks will want this shoe in a bigger size as well, especially folks that go to UCLA. I don't know how many sneakerheads there are at UCLA, but I think it's a really cool shoe. Let me know what you guys think of it. But that is the first shoe to talk about. Next up, Cause and the North Face collaboration coming out October 25th. There's so many different things that they're dropping. They're dropping like duffel bags, sweats, long sleeve shirts, mules, bunch of different things. I spoke about it a little bit last week, and I also made a couple TikToks and shorts, YouTube shorts on it. So if you do want to, see what the collection looks like and the prices, make sure you guys go on those platforms to, check it out. Also, I am posting where to buy them on my Instagram right now. Sneakers and stuff, Extra Butter, like a bunch of different boutiques are gonna have it. I've entered the raffle for the mules. I think I want the not all black one, but the semi-black one with a bunch of grays. That one's pretty dope. And I think I'm going to be entering also for maybe a long sleeve or something like that. So make sure you guys, go for them if you want it for personal. I don't know if they're going to resell. I think long term they probably will. The jackets are really expensive though. They're like $450, $600, $800 depending on the one that you're looking at. So I wouldn't go for resell. I would go strictly personals, just because it is going to be a harder sell, but it might be one of the most iconic Cause collaborations in a long time. So with that, I'd say go stick personals, but you do you at the end of the day. So next up, let's talk about the Dunk Low North Carolina A&T. This is actually loaded up on the Sneakers app, I believe, this morning of making this Resellers Podcast. So retail is $120. It's a really dope shoe in my opinion. It's got these it's nice white, gray, yellow, it's an interesting tone, to be honest. And 120 isn't bad. The last collaborations with HBCUs have been super limited. And when I'm talking about limited, maybe less than 5,000 pairs. I heard the last collaboration that they had with the HBCU, the all orange pair. I don't know if you guys remember that one, dropped last week. I believe there's 3,000 pairs. So without doubt, this shoe is going to resell. Those alumni bases want this shoe. So I think it's going to resell for 200 plus, right? All the other drops have all been 250 plus, but I don't think this shoe is as appealing as the other ones. It has the university's founding day, 1891, and all that kind of thing. So I do think this is a really dope looking shoe, and it is a draw, so they are anticipating a lot of demand. So do keep that in mind. But I do think it's going to resell pretty well, as long as you get yourself a pair. I think these are going to be extremely difficult, extremely limited. So if you do get a W, I mean, like, you might want to keep it, but like the resale is going to be looking pretty nice in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think of that one. Next up, let's talk about the Pleasures Crocs Black and Realtree. It's a Croc with like skeleton, like a skeleton foot kind of a thing. I think it's really cool. I mean, like, I love Crocs, so like the fact that this collaboration is happening is super dope. A lot of companies have been actually like doing this trend, which is where they add like like skeletons to their design or whatever. Like, I know the recent one was like the Clarks, but I think this all started with it might have been Kevin Concepts, or like I forgot who on Instagram, TikTok decided that they were gonna actually like start this trend, but they started it. And now all these big companies like Vandy's like a sneaker boutique, kind of like streetwear designer kind of thing. They did the collaboration with Clarks and with this like similar design. Now Pleasures is also copying it. I'm going to go for it for personal. I think retail should be like 70 to 80, 85 bucks maybe. I like it a lot. And I think it's going to be limited. This is a shoe that I think I'd want to wear around the house. I work from home. So more Crocs the merrier. I'm going to be going for it. It's going to be dropping at a bunch of different like small boutiques. Not too sure if Crocs is going to drop it, but if they do, I'll let you guys know on my Instagram and on my TikTok. That's XavierVictor.kicks for those of you who don't know. So next up, let's talk about October 26th. We got the Dunk High Somos Familia Dia de los Muertos dropping for $140. This is a Dunk High. I think, it looks good. Me, I'm Mexican. Right, so like I like this because it has a lot to do with my culture. Like oranges, yellows, like every single year they have a couple Dia de los Muertos. This is the main one this year. Stick personal, 100% stick personal. It's already going for like under retail, and it hasn't even dropped. Right, it's like 4 or 5 days before the drop, so it's 100% stick personal. Don't resell it. Like, just let people that want the shoe have the shoe. It's a good looking shoe. It's especially if you collect all the Dia de los Muertos or the Mexican shoes that drop. This might be a really great addition to your collection. So buy it for personal. Next up, Thursday, October 27th, we have the Dunk Low Halloween dropping for $120. For those of you who don't know, they did a scratch off last week on the shoe. Scratch offs happen pretty often. Right, so it's not the first time the scratch offs happened. I know on TikTok people are talking about like, oh, like this is like Nike's new bot protection. No, no. Honestly, if like bots were to like do scratch offs, like they'd win every single time because they can do it infinitely times faster than a human can possibly ever do. So let's hope that's not the future bot protection. But Dunk Low Halloween. So I was talking to a bunch of my followers and they were just like, yeah, I didn't end up going for it. And I was like, oh, I hadn't even checked what market was like when it first dropped. But thank God I didn't actually go for it because it's a really cool looking shoe. I like the grays. This is kind of a different, I think it also goes in dark. It's kind of a different type of Halloween shoe because they're usually like orange, black. This is like grays and green. I like it, but only for personal. $120 retail right now. Average sizes are going for $120 on StockX, meaning that the people that are selling it are losing money. So they're probably it's probably going for like 100. So right now it's essentially going for under retail. Bigger sizes look to be like the best if you are gonna go for it, if you want to just take a chance. But I say stick away though. Yeah, I say stick away for resale purposes. Don't do it to yourself. Now, one of the most anticipated drops of the year, but also a really interesting drop, just because like so many people want to go for the shoe. There's a lot of demand on it, but it's not reselling, and that's the Jordan 1 Starfish. It's oranges and browns, right? But it's a women's shoe. All women's shoes, essentially the bigger sizes, sell out the fastest and go for the most money because like everybody wants to, wear the shoe that is a men. The biggest size, I believe it's going to be a 12W, which is a 10.5 men. So that size is probably going to be the most expensive size in the future. It's going to go for under retail though. I mean, the shoe's already going for under retail. $180 is the cost, and right now in smaller sizes it's $170, $160. So do not go for the shoe for resale purposes. Stick personal. if you want to go hold the shoe, I feel like a lot of Starfish colorways like this end up going up a good amount. Only go for like men's sizes. So really, honestly, just the bigger sizes. This is a really risky hold though, just because Jordan 1s, the hype has died. And people are like, oh, it's going to come back. We don't know if it's going to come back, right? And there's honestly better holds. But if you could get this shoe for under retail, like $150, there might be an opportunity to hold it long term. And long term, I mean like a year, 2 years. But Starfish colorways almost always go up though. So I'm still at odds. Let me know if you guys want me to make a more of an analysis on like the Starfish colorways to see if it actually is going to potentially go up. I'm more than happy to do so. But for now, I say stick personal, especially if you quick flip. It's just not going to be worth it. Next up, also on October 27th, Neck Face and Nike SB Dunk. This shoe is super rad. I really, really like this shoe. It's got like all these patches, so it's reminiscent of like skateboard culture, motorcycle culture. It's super edgy. And Neck Face, I mean, I don't know that boutique, or I don't know that brand very well, but I do think they've been around for a very long time. Right now, it is reselling for a good amount. Average sizes are like 300, bigger sizes are like 320, smaller sizes probably not the move, 250. So if you're gonna go for resale, go for an average size or a bigger size in this shoe. I think it's gonna resell. I mean, like, I don't think they made too many of these. I think it's gonna be a super limited shoe, and I think it's super edgy. I'd wear this shoe. Like, this is cool. I mean, I love these like different kinds of silhouettes, and I'm sure you guys will too. So I'm like almost tempted to be like, yo, you guys should just keep this shoe for personal. Like, it's that nice. But in terms of like what I think it's gonna resell for, it's probably 200 plus. Maybe like if it is super limited, it might go like 300 plus in like bigger sizes. So go for it. That's my suggestion. Obviously, you do what you need to, but I think I'm gonna be going for it. So you guys might want to go for it as well. Next up, also Thursday. Thursdays are always packed. I don't know why. Salehi Bembury Croc Kuwada. So Crocs hasn't announced that it's gonna be dropping this shoe this Thursday. So I'm anticipating that it will, just based on like previous drops. $85. If it's not this Thursday, it's gonna be next Thursday. Unfortunately, like a lot of these like Salehi Bembury like collaborations are now like breaking just because they drop so many. So, but I do think it's gonna be like a pretty good hold in almost all Salehi Bembury Crocs, just because like as soon as he stops like collaborating, right? Because there's only so much colors you could do. I think it's gonna go up. Most Crocs and most like shoes at this price point do end up going up pretty well. Just look at like the Cars collaboration; those things are all going for like 200 plus. And I told y'all to hold it. So for those of you who bought in and held it, smart move, right? But that's all I want to talk about for the Salehi Bembury Croc, just because I spoke about it last week. I have videos on it, so feel free to go check those out. Friday looks like a day off, so skip Friday, unless like there's like some kind of like, sneaker stash or some kind of thing like that. But I don't anticipate that's the case this week, just because like there's so many good drops. Nike only ever does like things like that for like not so good drops. Most anticipated shoe on my calendar for the past like months, Jordan 4 Midnight Navy drops on Saturday. 210 is retail, 210. I think it's a pretty good price point. I like the shoe a lot. It's really simple, Yankees colorways, white, blue, grays, perfect shoe for a long-term hold. Also the quick flip, because there's gonna be really high demand. So many people have been hitting me up for the shoe. I'm posting where to buy it on my Instagram. It's XavierVictor.kicks. So far I've seen like Foot Locker, Champs, SNS, like a bunch of like, ones like that. I might actually go live on my TikTok or maybe on YouTube for this drop, just because like I want to get my hands on a couple pairs for like family members, friends, that kind of thing, just because everybody really wants this shoe. Again, on the 29th, it is going to be up to a men's size 18, so bigger sizes is pretty good to go. In terms of resale, I honestly am kind of surprised. Average sizes already are going for like 300, 320, right? So I think it's going to come down to around like 290, 280, and like average sizes, bigger sizes, I think they'll all stay above 300. But I do think this shoe is going to be like 450, 500 one day, maybe a year, maybe 2 years. I 4 Jordan 4s hasn't gone away. It's a super iconic colorway. I mean, I love the shoe. It's gonna resell. I can't wait for the drop. Hopefully I hit, I feel like the best manual ones to go for this drop are like JD Sports, Finish Line. Yeah, probably those. And then smaller boutiques, so your local raffles. Make sure you guys enter all those. That's what I'm going to be doing as well. So that is all the shoes that I've been wanting to talk about for this week. Obviously, like, other shoes pop up, so I post those on my Instagram, on my TikTok. So make sure you guys go follow that. Last thing that I want to talk about though is Jordan 1 High Lost and Found backdooring. There was a viral tweet of essentially like, employees at a flight club taking in consignment essentially for Jordan 1 Lost and Found, and it did look like it was a little photoshopped. So I don't know if the image is real or not, and it is boxes, so like, the certain size runs come in those boxes. So I mean, like, I'm sure 100% like backdooring is happening right now. Just like, I know so many stores that have them already. A lot of Foot Lockers already have their shipments in. So a lot of backdooring will happen, even though there's like 500,000 pairs. That's what people are assuming. Like, it's gonna be hard to cop the shoe. All right, so don't be expecting a W, because like, it's gonna be a hard drop. But I'll let you guys know, where they're gonna be dropping, what I think the best techniques are. Maybe I'll go live for that drop as well. So that way we all have a chance to buy the shoe. I'm gonna go strictly like resell or strictly like gift. A lot of times now that, like, I've been getting in shoes, I've just been gifting them. This is gonna be like a perfect pair to do so. I know a lot of my friends are gonna want this, and it might be a good Christmas present or birthday present. So that's what I'm gonna be going for. But like, do not expect an easy W. So many backdoors are happening right now. If you don't know what backdoors are, it means like they're selling, boutiques and like other places are selling the shoe directly to the consumer at a resale price, right? So like, they're not selling retail because they don't make money on it. This is the drop of the year for them. So that's everything I want to talk about. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe. This podcast was a little longer than expected. I don't know why it's been up to like 20 minutes now, but I'll catch you guys on the next episode. And do not forget to hit that subscribe, hit that follow. Follow me on my social media platforms at xaviervictor.kicks for even more exclusive content that I don't post anywhere else. And don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter. See ya.